Before there was wisdom, there was silence. Before the throne of gold, there was a young man, uncertain, untested, and chosen by heaven. This is the story of a boy who became a king who became a legend, and a legend who became a lesson for all generations. This is the rise of Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. A golden sunset over Jerusalem. King David grows old. 1 Kings 1 verse 1. Now King David was old and stricken in years. David, the warrior king, the shepherd of Israel, was nearing the end of his days. His kingdom was vast, united, strong, and blessed by God. But peace came with a price and a question. Who would reign after him? Among his sons were many contenders. Adonijah, ambitious and proud, already gathering chariots and men to claim the throne. Absalom, once the rebel, now gone. But there was another, young, quiet, and watching. O David's voice, old and weary. The Lord has chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. 1 Chronicles 28 verse 5. Bathsheba wept with gratitude. Nathan the prophet nodded. God's choice was clear, but not everyone accepted it. There, before the altar, he offered 1,000 burnt offerings. Smoke rose into the heavens, and so did his prayer. 1 Kings 3 verse 5. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask what I shall give thee." The voice was not thunder, but peace itself. And Solomon answered, O Lord my God, I am but a little child. Give thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and evil. 1 Kings 3 verses 7 to 9. He did not ask for wealth. He did not ask for victory. He asked for wisdom, and heaven listened. Because thou hast asked this thing, said the Lord, behold, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, and I will also give thee riches and honor. 1 Kings 3 verses 11 to 13. When Solomon awoke, the dawn seemed brighter. The young king returned to Jerusalem, not the same man who had left. Soon after, 2 women came before the king, trembling. They were harlots, living under the same roof. Both had given birth, but one child had died in the night. The living child is mine, said one. No, the living child is mine, said the other. The court was silent. No witnesses. No proof. How could justice be done? Solomon looked upon them with calm eyes. And then he said the unthinkable. Bring me a sword. Gasps filled the chamber. Divide the living child in 2, said the king, and give half to one and half to the other. The soldier raised his blade. Then the true mother cried out, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. And Solomon said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it, she is the mother thereof. 1 Kings 3 verse 27. The people of Israel trembled. They saw that the wisdom of God was in him, and they feared the king. Years passed. Under Solomon's rule, Israel entered an era like no other. Trade flourished. Ships brought gold from Ophir, silver from Tarshish, cedar from Lebanon. The nations came to Jerusalem to behold its glory. The king's palace shone with marble and gold. The throne was ivory, overlaid with pure gold. 12 lions stood beside its steps, symbols of divine strength. But the crown jewel of Solomon's reign was the temple of the Lord. 1 Kings 6 verse 1. And it came to pass that Solomon began to build the house of the Lord. But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built? 1 Kings 8 verse 27. As he ended his prayer, fire fell from heaven, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. The kingdom of Sheba, rich in gold and mystery. In Jerusalem, she stood before the king. Her eyes were sharp, her tone confident. She asked of mysteries, of life, of God, and of the heart. And Solomon answered them all. She beheld his court, his servants, his temple, his wisdom, and her spirit melted within her. It was a true report that I heard in mine own land, she said. But behold, the half was not told me. 1 Kings 10 verses 6 to 7. She departed in wonder, leaving gifts beyond measure. And so the fame of Solomon spread to every kingdom under heaven. but even the wisest man is still a man. 1 Kings 11 verse 1, but King Solomon loved many strange women. Pharaoh's daughter, the Sidonians, the Moabites. He built altars for their gods, thinking it harmless. But the whisper of idolatry crept into his heart. Slowly, the songs of the temple grew quiet. The prayers faded beneath the noise of politics and pleasure. He had built the house of the Lord, but he was losing the house within his heart. And the Lord was displeased. "Forasmuch as this is done of thee, said the Lord, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and give it to thy servant." 1 Kings 11 verse 11. The golden age began to fade. Enemies rose. Peace trembled. And Solomon, the wisest of men, learned that wisdom without obedience is nothing. In his later years, Solomon wrote, "Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity." Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2. He looked back on his palaces, his gardens, his fame, and saw dust. He had tasted the heights of wisdom, but found that true meaning was not in gold or glory, but in God. Fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. These were not the words of a young king, but of a man who had lived, learned, and finally understood. Golden light returns over the ruins of time. Solomon's reign would end, but his voice would echo forever. He left behind not only a kingdom, but the wisdom of the ages. The Proverbs, poems of truth, discipline, and discernment. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 5. A soft answer turneth away wrath. Proverbs 15 verse 1. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16 verse 18. These words became the foundation of moral wisdom for generations to come. He was not perfect, but through his failures, we learned the cost of forgetting God. And through his wisdom, we learned the beauty of fearing. If you watch the video to the end, kindly hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel. Whenever we drop a new video, you'll be notified.